Hi, this is our fun activity for Thursday, April 2nd, 2020. Today we're going to do more bubbles, but this time we're going to do bubbles in a bucket. And you should have gotten the directions for bubbles in a bucket in your inbox. And you don't need to print this out. You can just look at it as you go. It's got the ingredients and the directions, and there's also questions that you can ask your child as you're going through and doing this. So let's get started. What you're going to need for bubbles in a bucket is a bucket or some other kind of tub and water, which I've already put some water in here. It's about filled up to about here. You're going to need some dish soap, a whisk, and for later we're going to need maybe a smaller tub, and because I'm not quite sure, and some food coloring and a piece of paper. So let's get started. We've got our water in our bucket, and I'm going to add some squirts of dish soap. There we go. Then I'm going to take my whisk and I'm just going to start whisking away. Now this is the part that your kids are going to do. They can squeeze the soap in and they can whisk, whisk, whisk. And as I keep going here, I'm building up some bubbles, but it looks like I might need a little bit more dish soap because I'm not getting quite as many bubbles as I would like. So I'm going to add some more dish soap, and then whisk it up. I'm going to go ahead and switch because I think it's really hard for you all to see what I'm doing. So I'm going to switch into this little clear container here. If you're having trouble getting the whisk to really work, then you could use your hand, which I'm going to try here. That's working a little bit better. This gets kind of messy, so if it's a rainy day like it is here at the classroom right now, you could do this in the bathtub or on the kitchen floor. That would make it a little bit less messy. I'm going to add a little bit more of my water to this and try the whisk again. There we go. Now we're starting to get some kind of fluffy bubbles. Different dish soaps are probably also going to work in different ways. This dish soap worked really well for the bubble solution, and the Blue Dawn that I have at home worked really, really well for this kind of bubble, the bubbles in a bucket. So, different things for different activities. Since it's soap and water, I'm not really worried about the mess because things are just going to get clean. But what you end up having is really, really soft bubbles. Really, really soft kind of foamy bubbles. So to kind of change, I'm going to add a little bit more water to this so we can make it a little bit taller for our art project. So there we go. I've built up some kind of good fluffy bubbles. And now for our art project, I'm going to take a little bit of food coloring and add it in some spots there. Do some blue and some red. There we go. And then I'm going to take my piece of paper and I'm going to lay it on the top of bubbles, just like that. There we go. That looks really, really cool. I'm going to go ahead and give it another little dunk, and I might have to push on the paper just a little bit this time to get it up. And then I think one other thing I'm going to try is I'm going to stir it up again. Get those bubbles really worked up. And then dip it one more time in the bubbles. And I'm really, really curious to see how this dries. Let's see what else would we do. We could lift up the bubbles with the whisk and fling it down on here. There we go. So there we go. That's bubbles in a bucket with a little bit of art on top of it, and we'll see you next time. Bye.